Welcome to London's Craziest Gangster with me, Mr. Fish, a keeper of the Dead Man's Bible, where all the rules of society have been thrown, tossed, and washed away, whose motto is, if angels fly and devils die, how come I still? Okay, this week has been a devastating week for the nation as a whole. And so we dedicate this program to the young 14-year-old Daniel, who was tragically lost his life during the knife wielding attack that happened in Hainault, East London. We would also like to send out our regards and respects and we hope that the police were involved who tried to save poor Daniel. We hope that she, recovers from her injuries. She had her arm cut off and her hand cut off, while she was trying to attend to them. And this stabbing, that stabbing, I see it as really hurt the nation. And some people have said, that this incident really upset them. But for me, I believe every incident should really upset you. Every death is important. And if we allow every death to upset us, then we can maybe take the appropriate actions to try and resolve this situation. I also dedicate this show to Mark Gregor, who lived with my brother, who's in hospital at the moment, suffering from a stroke. Mark, I love you. I have been trying to get to you, but as I've said earlier, we've had other people in hospital, and it has been a difficult time for both me and Terry, and that's why we haven't been here. So today, what I've done, bearing in mind the Daniel scenario, what I've done today, I decided it's very important that we learn as a nation, the community, that Crash How's Your Father. I think one thing we have to learn from the poor tragedy involving Daniel is that we're not as safe as we would like to think we are. I mean, what happened to Daniel could happen to any single one of us at any time and any given moment. And so it's very difficult. And so now it's very important to understand that we, all of us need to be able to defend ourselves, as best we can, because, we no longer have the physical protection of the police. I mean, the new police front line is now CCTV, but CCTV doesn't save your life, and so it seems to me that we have to learn how to protect ourselves. Okay, another thing I've really noticed about people now, not just people in the game, but all members of the public. People don't seem to understand or don't seem to be prepared for when they are actually being arrested. You know, um, and people have also got to understand that when you do get arrested, what happens in those first hours, in those first moments, could decide on how the police treat you, how the courts treat you, and how a jury will treat you. And so for me, it's very important um, that I try and tell you how to act when you are being arrested, because so many people I see are getting it totally wrong. I watched the program on TV, 4 More, 24 Hours in Police Custody, and Crash How's Your Father. I remember a stabbing. These group of youths stabbed a 16 or 17-year-old kid to death. And the 17-year-old that they stabbed couldn't even pick gardens in his mum's garden, flowers in his mum's garden. And Crash How's Your Father? He died. Now, I remember when the police apprehended one of the suspects involved, that when they came into his house, swearing at him, you can't, you this, you that, I'll do you, I'll do it. He absolutely was, anti-police, hating them, playing all the bad boy. And then when it was put to him about, the murder and how serious it was and the years he could get, and then he broke down crying, and then then he gave up all the others. He, whether you call it grassing or information, he gave up the others. And what it taught me. And then when it came to sentencing, the police still decided to sentence him as well because he was there, and he was crying, "Oh well, why are you sentencing me? I've told you I wasn't there, I didn't do nothing. I told you all everything's happened. Why are you and what people have to realise, yeah. Look, if you're gonna treat the police like shit, dirt, and scum, they'll treat you like shit, dirt, and scum. It's not an issue. One thing, anybody, or look, what you have to understand about the law is they are masters of the law. Okay. Now, the second thing you have to understand with them, there's not one crime, well, maybe murder and all the rest of it, but, well, even that can be debated. But what I'm trying to tell you is crash, yeah. There isn't one thing that I do, you do, or any of us do that the police have not done. The police look, the police are the police, and they're a part of the estate, a part of the establishment, and being a part of the establishment, they they have to be what they're against. The police are the masters of the game, man. They are the masters of the game. This is their game. And once you understand, then maybe you'll respect them a little bit more, because being arrested, from the moment you're arrested, going to the church and then going through to the police station, having statements, giving statement, you have to realise all that could affect your chances of a not guilty or getting a lighter sentence. And this is the part that amazes me with people. You've got yourself into a situation where you've broken the law. The people who oversee the law and defend the law have come to you, and they're arresting you. That part of it, is the game. You can't just go around willy nilly, not think that nothing will happen. It happens, yeah. Correct. And so it's very important that you learn how to deal with police during arrest. Okay. Now I've been arrested numerous times. Sometimes with firearms, sometimes not. But whenever I am confronted with police, I always talk to them with respect. So listen, it's the first thing. Yeah. Always be respectful, and that's why it's important that you not just stay in your inner circle, that you also learn to work and learn how the community works, and learn how to engage with different members of the community in different situations, in the community as they arise. And people hate the police and hate this and that, but for me, it's about seeing the person in the uniform and not just seeing the uniform itself, and that's how it protects me mostly. Always be respectful during arrest, and if you're respectful during arrest, then at least the police are back on a little bit and give you a little bit of a little leeway and a chance, and maybe they might give you a good report to the court. Okay, so and another thing, people I find, especially with children and teenagers, they feel when they're young, sometimes invincible or don't give a shit, or just have that, childish attitude, and they always argue with the police. Fuck off, fuck this, fuck that, and they become on the police's. Then all of a sudden they become on the police's radar, and every time the police see them, there's this battle, But what these a lot of teenagers and kids don't understand, and please believe me, Crash, please believe me, please receive me, understand that what I'm talking here is always real. And one of my babies, I love him to him. Yeah, he knows who he is. He used to always have an ongoing battle with the police from the age of 13, 14, 15, 16, and and this battle, mate. Now, the battle that he used to have with them when he was 13, 14, 15 is now a battle later, because what people forget is when you are slagging off and coating off these policemen, especially when they're young, you have to remember this is their job. They may be at this police station, your police station, for many years to come. And so when you're slagging them off and abusing them and disrespecting them, you know, they'll wait. And then when you get older and you might have changed your ways, or, you might be a bit more calm and cool and relaxed, that's when they get their own back. So, you know, you've now turned your life around, you've been a good man, but you see, they haven't forgot how you treated them. And so, Crash, yeah, now you're older and you've got your car, your first car, banging, you've got the MOT, but you might not have the insurance yet, but you're driving it and then you get stopped. That's when they remember all the bad times and the hard times that you gave them. And so, where they a minor crime where they could let you off or they could let you go, or it's at their discretion, they won't use that discretion, because all they think is, well, now it's time to get you back. And that's why you have to understand what you're doing and when you're doing it. Okay? So whenever police come to arrest me, okay, the first thing I do is always remain calm. I mean, they don't know me, I don't know them, and there are many factors that may make them angry, or make them take an aggressive stance. Crash, yeah. So for me, it's always, yes, officer. How may I be of service to you? And that throws them then, because they're not used to people being respectful. One of the first incidences, that that I had is firearms. I got arrested for firearms with a police gun. Oh, no, sorry, arrested for the Great Tranny robbery, and they had the guns out. And what you need to understand is, if you're going to go on a bit of work, you have to already have made that decision and be prepared in case that bit of work goes wrong. Right? Crash. Now, if that bit of work goes wrong, you should be well aware that you're going to get apprehended or arrested at the scene or at a later date. And you always have to keep that in mind, because if it does happen, God forbid, then at least you are aware and prepared how to deal with the situation when it arise. And that's what a lot of people don't do. And it always amazes me, because it's one of the most important parts of the game that goes with the game. And so I'm going to try in this episode to try and show you, Crash, how to deal with being arrested and how to deal with the police. Okay, so the first thing I want you to understand is the police are masters of the game. It is their game. The laws are their laws. The rules are their rules. The courts are their courts. And you've got to remember, the police are a part of the establishment, and the establishment is made up of very many, very many different departments. But you have to remember, the media, the papers, they are part of the establishment. You have to remember the police are part of the establishment. You have to remember um, uh, um, the courts are part of this. It's all BBC One, the media. It's all the establishment, and they have been doing what me and you have been doing for years. you have to understand that, and if you really want to take it to the greater picture, and you look of how we have achieved some of the great things we've achieved in Great Britain has come from going to other countries and doing what we had to do to get what we had to get to bring back so we could lead a better life. And so you have to understand. Listen, they are the kings and the dons of the game, and with that in mind, you have to respect them because to catch one, you have to be one. Now I remember my Danny, yeah, my stepbrother, he brought a guitar from a guitar shop in Fulham, and Crash As Your Father, he wanted to be the next Oasis, I suppose. I think he fell in it, to be honest. And he brought this guitar, and he wanted lessons. And when he brought the guitar, they added onto the deal, the shop assured him that they would provide him lessons, so it became part of the price. Okay, so Danny paid the price, but when Danny went to to ask about the lessons and when he could start, the shop told him they no longer do the lessons, and so Danny went down there to argue his case to get the money. But Danny, being about 16 at the time, ponytail, the guy started to coat Danny off, like treat him like a piece of shit, basically intimidate Danny. So Danny rang me up and I said, "What's up, kid?" He said, "Oh, I brought this guitar from a shop. The guy said he would, if I paid extra, he would give me guitar lessons. And now Crash As Your Father, I've gone to talk about lessons, and he's saying he no longer does it, but he will not refund my money." So I'm still booted. I go down. I go to the shop. I see the shop owner, and I say, "Mate, what's the issue here?" So he said, "Well, we did give lessons, but we stopped doing it." So I said, "Well, no disrespect to you, but since that was part of the contract, if you don't stop doing it and that was part of the deal, then you should be able to give his money back." And the guy was saying, "Well, yeah, but we don't really do a refund." I said, "Well, you're going to do one today, please believe me. There'll be nothing to refund ever again." So we got the refund. And as with that, he said, "Well, look, we was a bit of an argument," and he said, "Oh, I'll call the police." For me, you know what I'm like. I'm sick and tired of it. Every time there's an issue, I call the police. I call the police. I call the police. Well, why are people on that? Why is it all about the police? Why do people think you're scared of the police? So anyway, he called the police, and me and Danny we left. And as we we're walking now back home together, a police car screeches up. Policeman jumps out, and he goes, "You don't stay there." And so I duly stayed there, put my hand on my back, and he went, "Right, what's going on here?" And bearing in mind we've already left the shop, I'm looking around and I said, "Well, what is going on here?" And he said, "Well, why did the geezer? Why did the shopkeeper call us?" I'm like, "Well, he calls you, ask him." What did you hear? Yeah. And so Craig, displeased with you, he looked at me. I'll never forget it. He looked at me and he thought to himself, "Why am I shouting at this guy?" I think what it was, he saw the suit, he saw the hat, and he thought, "Oh, I was going to think that I was more, more powerful than him or above him in some way." And so, in order to make himself seem more authoritative to me, he thought he could do it by raising the top of his voice and being aggressive. But he actually learned that he looked at me and he suddenly realised, like, what am I doing here? Like, this guy's calm, he's respectful, he's not shouting, he's not screaming. And so he calmed down and he said, "Oh, I do apologise for coming at you like that. I believed it was a more serious situation." And I said to him, "Look, kid, it's no problem, sir." I explained to him what happened between Danny and the shopkeeper. And I explained to him, "Look, I didn't use any violence or any threats. We just wanted our money back." And with that, a chief inspector came as well, arrived on the scene, and I explained to him what happened. And it was quite funny because he said to me, when he first joined the police force in Fulham, he said his first job, funny enough, was to go to that guitar shop, and for the same reason. And he said because of that, he's going to let us go. But what I'm trying to show you here is the policeman who jumped out at first and was very aggressive. He apologized to me in the end, and he apologized for the way he approached me and apologized for the way he talked to me. And what I'm saying to you is, I suppose they deal with different types of people on a daily basis, but if you're always dealing with aggressive people and angry people, then you may think that everyone's aggressive and everyone hates you. And so, he learned it that day. There are ways that when you're getting stopped, you've got to be respectful. I remember one time I was on a nicked motorbike, a ringer, and I was going through Regent's Park, and the policeman on a motorbike. Now, if you know anything about traffic police on a motorbike, you know them people. Listen, see them motorbike people, yeah, crap. Bah! Oi, see them motorbike police, yeah, the traffic one there. Yeah, on it. On it. You're not getting away with that if them people are on you in a bad mood. Please believe, please receive, treat this like please receive. Trap. If the traffic old bill, the one on the mama are on you, please believe. Oh, they're on you. So anyway, he was flagging down traffic in Regent's Park. So I could have run off, but sometimes, like I said to you, you have to have dignity. I could have ran off. It's 5:30. It's Regent Street. Lots of traffic. Lots of people. Is that really the right thing to do? And then you could cause injury or to somebody, or put people's lives in danger. And then you've upped the charges. And so you know what? I thought, right, well, he's pulling me over. What's the point? So I pulled over, got off the bike, and he said, I had to laugh. Listen to this, a ringer. A ringer is when you get another number plate off another bike and put it on your bike. So I got my mate. I saw another motorbike. I gave my mate the registration, and he done it for me. So I had a different plate on a nip bike. Yeah, but cry, Alright. When people call me a dickhead, yeah, I am a dickhead. Cry, yeah. Alright. Sometimes, yeah. You know what I've done, yeah? So anyway, when he pulled me, yeah, he said, "Is that your bike?" And I had to laugh. And so I said, oh no. And I had a friend, which I want to tell you in the next part, called Marco Don Vito, who lives in Highbury, isn't he? Yeah? Straight guy, but he could ride. And so when he asked me, "Is that your bike?" I said, oh no, it belongs to my friend Marco Don Vito. And crazy how you Mario. I had to laugh. Yeah. The policeman said, "You sure it's not Danny DeVito, the comedian?" Yeah. I like that, when yeah. So so I said, well, I said no, no, sir, Marco. He goes, he said, "How long have you had the bike?" I said, "Oh, about 3 months, sir." And he said, "Oh, and you've MOT insurance?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Okay." He said, "May I ask you why your registration is coming back as a red escort?" Ow! Save me! A red escort! I'm on a fucking a Suzuki VFR. It's come out of red escort. Oh, mate, I'm in bed. I'm like, oh my god. So I said, I really don't know. I said, I brought it with a friend, and so he looks at me now. And that's what I'm saying about police. You gotta have respect, man. And maybe you could get a blight. So he looked at me, he laughed. He said, now, I should give you a ticket, and I should take the bike, and impound it. But he said, I'll tell you what. Now, I am going to give you, what's it called? Don't really give you a tip for 7 days to be there. He goes, now, I'm sure within that time, I had to laugh there. He goes, I'm sure within that time, you will put this bike back. Yeah. And I'm telling you, you've got to respect, please, you know. He said, I'm sure you will put this bike back and return it to the original owner. And I'm sure I will not see you riding this bike round here again. Am I correct? And I said, yes, sir, 100%, sir. And he let me go. And this is what I'm telling you. Now, if I go off, yeah, shit, you only put me on black, yeah. Oh, yeah, you don't stop me, fuck off. Mate, I'd have been nicked. I'd have had a charge for motorbike, and then assault or intimidation. The charge bill. So that's what I'm saying to you. You have to always be respectful. To please, always treat them as they treat you. Don't see the uniform. Yeah. I remember. Oh mate, I mean, another time with a motorbike, and I had to laugh. So I'm on a motorbike, and I was with Marco Don Vito, and we're riding all out in the sticks. But the problem is, Marco in the sticks, you beat me hands down. But in London, Psychopaths Anonymous, ride to fly and fly to die, crash. You're beating me, trash. Yeah. So crash out your fault. Marco has been beating me in these winding roads down the country. Oh, my doing my nothing. Bang, bang, bang. Just want to kill myself. Like I just cannot beat this guy on clear roads. But once we got to London, crash. Now London, Psychopaths Anonymous. Chee! Cha! Now it's time to ride, to die, and die to fly. See me? All right, to fly. So anyway, yeah, we've got to East London Hackney. We're at the traffic lights. So the traffic lights are here. There's a barrier going round the road like so. A steel barrier divides the road, so no traffic can come this way. I know it's clear. There's nothing in front of us. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. You know the rules. So anyway, I'm on the rev now. Marco is there. Remember, he's been caning me all in the countryside. Yeah. So I go, right, let's do this thing. So as the lights have gone green, I've gone, bosh! Yeah. I've hit up, man, head down, hand down. I'm on this thing. And all of a sudden, crash. There's a police car in front of me. A fucking police car, heading towards me. Yeah. Remember I just told you, there's a barrier dividing the road, so he can't just come over. Like, he's got to have come from a long way on the wrong side of the road. And, I've just looked at, one thing I never knew about accidents is crash, yeah. I never knew when you're going to have an accident, yeah, crash as your father. I never knew that you actually look into the eyes of the other driver and you have to say, you're not supposed to be here. Or, what are you doing? Like you look straight into their eyes, didn't you? I never realised that about that. And I've gone crash straight into the police car. Now, the bike was stolen. It was all taped up. I was learning to drive. That was the first bike I taught myself to ride on. And so I've hit this car on the floor. And, if you're involved in a collision with a police car, the traffic police will have to come and investigate to see whether it's your fault or the policeman's fault. So they come and investigate, and I suppose in an impartial way. And so I'm on the floor, and the traffic division come, and I said, oh, what's your name? I said, I'm on the floor, my leg hurt. I'm going, Fish. And they go, okay, Fish. We need to know what happened. I'm going, ah. Nah, they got at me. Oh, can you get in the police car? Can you? I'm like, yeah. Get in the police. Don't ever get in the police car. Listen, once you get in that police car, it's all over. So I'm like, go and get a police car. Ah, ah, ah. The leg's killing me, you know, like, oh, mate. Let's get in the ambulance. Oh, we get the police car. I need in the ambulance. Oh, the child in the police car. It's all over. So, boss, yeah, how's your father? Yeah. Listen, yeah. So I'm on the floor. I was catching me leg. And this policeman was going, Fish, we need to know what's happened, yeah? And so I'm like, green light, police car, wrong side of the road, hit police car. Yeah? I thought that should be enough to do it for now. But she's carried on, yeah? I'm like, Fish. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, what? We need to know what happened. So I'm like, green light. Police car, wrong side of the road. Crashed into the police car. And then she said again, Fish. Look, you're not making sense. We need to know what happened. So I'm like that now, like, well, ask him, he's on the wrong side of the road. I'm on the right side of the road, green traffic light, there's a barrier separating the road. He's on the wrong side of the road. Ask him! Why don't ask me? He's not on the floor. I am. Oh, yeah, sometimes I really do have to laugh. Anyway, they called the ambulance. So I'm getting to the hospital. I mean, all my levers, you know, with the hump at the back, everything. So when I get to the hospital, they take off my levers and that, and they put me in the night. So the traffic police who spoke to me at the scene have now come to visit me in the hospital. And Crash, how's your father? The same policewoman has come in. She said, oh, Fish, are you ready to talk now? I said, young lady, I talked at the scene. She said, no, but we need to be able to take a statement. So I said, yes. So she said, oh, wow. I said, well, look, first of all, I'd like you to understand, yeah, Crash, that I'm not blaming the police officers, yeah, because I understand that when you are in an emergency, you have to, you might use different procedures to do what you have to do, and therefore, you know, accidents occur. So I'm not bad. She goes, oh, what? So you're admitting it's your fault? I'm like, no, I'm not admitting it's my fault. I'm just telling you that I understand that sometimes when police officers or emergency services are attending an emergency, sometimes while they're in the execution of their emergency, accidents can happen, and I'm acknowledging that, and I'm saying that I understand why he may have been on the wrong side of the road. So she said, oh, so you're a mean liability. I'm like, oh my God, Jesus Christ. Someone just get me a rope, please. You know, please just get me a rope. It's easier. I'll do it for her. So I looked at the episode. It was a man. Thank God. I mean, not that. Police were in a brick. It was a man. So Crash, how's your farm? I said, look, Gov, do you understand me? He went, yeah. Leave it with me. So anyway, they've gone now back to the scene. So as they've gone, remember, I'm now laying in a hospital bed in the Hackney Hospital. I'm in a 90, yeah. All my overalls and boots are there. I've got a collarbone out here, a leg where I don't know where that leg was. Might have been in another country. You know, I'm saying, great, I was out there like that, yeah, great. And so anyway, I thought, right, this is my chance. I gotta go. So I'm trying to get out of it, and I'm reaching for my levers. I've got the legs in the levers. I'm just getting my boots on, and the nurses and the doctors come around and goes, oh, what are you doing? I said, I've got to go. They goes, you can't. They go, we haven't seen you. There could be injuries that underlying injuries that we haven't discovered yet. And I said, well, look, no tax, no insurance, no MOT, yeah, no that. Crash, gotta go. And fair play to them. They go, come on. So anyway, they helped me with my suit on. And I got the suit on. I hauled out the hospital. And I had to laugh. I mean, I had the suit on with the bump, yeah. But I was injured. I was in agony. But I had to find somewhere to where could I hide, and so I thought, well, I'll hide. I rang my mate, and I said I'll hide under the van until he gets there. But I forgot that I've got the hump on the back, so trying to slide under a van, I've had 2 millimeters, it was hard work, and I was in bits. But Julia, my mate Marco came, he picked me up, and he got me, and I got off of it. But once again, it's only because I was respectful and decent and understood the police's role that I managed to get out of again. And they didn't even bother chase me up. They didn't even bother. I suppose, for them, they just booked it as Nick Motorbike, and we apprehended him and he got it. So, Crash had, again, it shows you how to deal with it. Be respectful. And remember when I told you about the time, when remember I told you about the time when I was on a bus in Brixton and a fight broke out between the bus conductor and a woman with a baby and a push button and something out of it. And as usual, I could hear the commotion, but as usual, no one else wants to stop it. No one else wants to get involved. No one else thinks they. So I've gone down and I've intervened, as every law-abiding person should do if they don't want to see people getting hurt. And I got them buggy and I said, look, take that leave. And which she Julia. But the conductor, he wanted to change, said, get out of the way, get out. I said, mate, look, it's done. I've done what I. And this is the thing, she was black, he was black. What's the issue here? This is why when people say, oh, Black Lives Matter and all this, we don't even respect ourselves, let alone respect our people. This is what I'm saying with black people. What's the issue here? She's gone. She's got a baby. Yeah, she hasn't been hurt. You haven't been hurt. Job done. What's the issue? But he kept trying to get past himself. I thought, all right, you really want to fight a defenseless woman who's got a baby? I said, come on then, crack. So I've gone, crack. You know what? So I've hit him. He's got under me. When I say him to pass me, because we're on a bus, he's got. So I'm chasing him around the bus, but every time I'm this end, he's got to that. Oh, mate, it's like a comedy show. Crash out. So anyway, in Brixton. Brixton's a high, volatile area for those of you who don't understand the graphics of Brixton. Brixton used to be one of the major multicultural communities within London where the battles and struggles with the police for the black community have been ongoing for a very, very long time. And maybe now it's all changed, but there's still tinges of it. You understand what I'm saying? Crash, how's your father? So anyway, I got the black guy says, yow, yow, yow. Brigade, brigade. They call it brigade. They go, brigade, brigade. So I said, go, my boy, brigade, brigade. So, so anyway, I'm walking away from the bus, which was now outside Brixton Prison, and I'm walking down towards was it Brixton Academy? Is it? Yeah, is that yeah? And Crash, how's your father? I'm in bright pink tracksuit, yellow short jacket, mate. I might as well have been in the sun. I was like, Crash, say that buzz out your father. Yeah. I'm walking down. All of a sudden, this police car screeched up. And he jumps out. It's cool. He said, now, he's all calm and relaxed at this point. I said, this is what I'm trying to tell you about how you deal with police, yeah? So he's all calm and relaxed. So Crash, how's your father? He said, excuse me, sir. I said, yes, sir. How may I be of service to you? Yeah? So I would let him know, and that sentence, they're not used to hearing that. So already their minds are like, oh, who's this one? Yeah? Who's this guy? And he said, oh, there's been an incident on the bus up the road, and you fit the description of the person we may wish to talk to. And I said, oh, okay, no problem. So he said, well, would you mind if I take your name? And I said, no, not an issue. So I gave him my name and address, but I heard it once he had delivered the information. I heard it come back saying, "Careful, careful, firearms, firearms." Yeah. So he turned around to me. Now remember, he was all relaxed at this point. He's calm now. He's heard, "Careful, careful." He's gone, "Right, it's all right to search you. And if you don't let me, we'll use force." And I just thought, you know what? I'm standing here, peaceful, calm. I've made no threat towards you. There's no reason for you to get it. Even that you're now armed with the information you're armed with, I'm still not acting aggressive or in any negative way towards you. So there's no need for you to now check. All you have to do now is say, "Well, sir, it's come over the radio that you've been over fire. Would you allow me to search?" That's it. Done. Yeah. Okay. But if you're gonna turn around to me and go, "Right, it's all right, search you," and if you don't have to use force, well, you know what? Let's use force. Like, you're not even giving me the benefit of the doubt. So, and this is what I'm saying to you: always be respectful. Always respect police. But if they're gonna come at you from an angle, then you're gonna come back to them. Yeah? So crash. I said, "Right, no problem." When I took my glasses off, I put them in the pocket, and I said, "Right, let's use force." And I took him by surprise because, like I said, I was calm. But I thought, well, if you're coming at me with attitude, I'll come back. So I said, "Let's use force." So he goes, "Right, assistance, assistance, now, now." I said, they came in, so now they've all come bombing down. He was on his own now, all of a sudden it's 21, all that there. They made a circle around me, so I'm on the speedball now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm ready to die. That's all you can do in that situation. You ain't gonna come out the winner, right? Crack, you ain't gonna win against 21 either way. But what I was kind of saying, well, this is gonna go down, at least go down fighting. You get me? Then it doesn't hurt so much. But if you go down, not it's hard work. So crash, as I'm on the street, boom, 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 looking around like but there were some traffic lights, and a car, as obviously being Brixton, had stopped to look at the commotion between myself and the police. And as he stopped, another car that's come behind, I've seen the green traffic light, not realizing he's not moving, and crashed into the back of him. And so crash. Uh, 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 I said to the police, look, you might as well search me now. And he said, "Yeah, look at the trouble you're causing." I said, "Right, the trouble I'm causing." I said, "Hold on, you stopped me. I never stopped you." You know what I mean? So they crashed, they've searched me, and they said, "Oh, now that weren't I, was it? What was all the commotion about?" I said, "Mate, the commotion was about he didn't have to shout at me and tell me he's going to use it. That was what the commotion was about. Yeah. If you want to search me, search me. I didn't make any threat to him. I didn't shout him. I didn't say. I said no aggressive. So why was he being aggressive back? So I just spoke to him the way he spoke to me. And anyway, as I walked off, they went that way. And so I went out. So as I walked off, I turned around to them. They're all in the group here. And I said, "Excuse me, gentlemen." And they all turned around. I said, "Yeah." I said, "By the way, I never carry it while I'm walking." And this is what I'm saying to people. You know, understand, man. Understand. They are the best in the game. There are ways to deal with police. Um, I remember uh, another time, and I remember when Harry, my son Harry, my foster son, I remember when his brother grassed up my motorbike. Yeah. What happened, his wife, I was dealing with a situation with a neighbour who was having trouble from some of the young kids in the neighbourhood, and I was trying to sort it out, and I was trying to Harry's brother, Matty, his wife called Ollie, she came by, and where it was, I couldn't really talk to her properly because I was dealing with this neighbour's problem, that all I said to her was, she said, "Hi, Fish." I said, "Oh, hi, Ollie. Bear with me. I'm just dealing with a situation." What I said, no more than that in this. All of a sudden, one of my boyfriends came in. I was asleep. He came, and there was a note on the floor which I never saw. And he said, "Oh, what's this, Fish?" And I read it, and it said, It was from Matty. He was 6'7", right bully, brutal bully, massive. And the note read, "Who do you think you are, talking to my wife like a piece of shit?" And so now, I'm just waking up, but I was confused. Like, I'm like, mate, where the fuck has this come from? Hang on. What I said is, bear with me. Come on. There's no confusion there. So anyway, I've gone up there now, and I took the letter. I tried to go amicably and say, "Look, mate. Now, what you have to realise is at this time I was looking after a very good friend of mine, David S. And those of you who know me will all know David S. And David S. was wealthy. We had a Rolls Royce with this Rolls Royce private jet. So anyone who was looking at me would suddenly realise, well, hang on, he must be able to hand himself. He must be able to, because his mind in looking after Mr. DS. So it must be something. But this guy was such a bully. He thought he was above everyone, better than everybody, and nothing couldn't harm him. And so when I went to speak to him about the note he had left in my door, he went, don't fucking come around here giving it all that like that. And I just thought, what? I've had enough of this guy. Crash! Bosh! And it was another one that, you know what I'm like. It come through France, come through Norway, come through, nothing to declare in customs, just crash! Yeah. It's gone. But what he's done, and this is what I hate about bullies, dirt, filth, and sin. Oh, I hate it. They bully everyone, they intimidate everyone, they're aggressive to everyone. And then when you get someone that crash, is not having it, and they put it to bed, they're the first ones to call the police, and they first one, always. It really jars me. Jars me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm always respectful. I don't need to intimidate and bully people. Yeah, I can do it, but not. So when you get these bullies that do it, and then you come along and go crack, and then they start calling the police. I mean, mate, why? Why? It just upsets me. And so, crash. The police came. And now, when the police came, there was about 15 of them. And I never forget it. One of these young policemen kept looking at me. So I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me. I'm thinking, well, does he fancy me? I've always been one of them ones. Anyway, he kept looking. So in the end, in the van, I said, so what's up? He said, it's you. And I said, why, what's wrong? He said, well, because we've got 15 policemen here for you. He said, we look at your record, and yet you're the most politest, kind of guy I've come across. I said, sir, one thing, you've done it, I said, one thing I want you to understand about it, don't read everything, believe everything you see in the paperwork, because you know what? The paperwork is not always correct. And so we got on, and I got to the police station, went to court, and I remember the police saying to me, right, you're not going to get bail, blah 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 blah, yeah, because and them them days they're still a bit racist, but hey, for me, who cared? But when I went to the court, when I appeared in the court, crash out of your father, I told the judge and showed the judge the note that Harry's stepbrother had put through my door. So crash out of your father. The judge said, no, I'm not going to remand Mr. Fish, no. Not when Harry's stepbrother has instigated the incident in the first place, yeah? So crash out your father. So anyway, crash out your father. I got released home. But when I got released home, crash out your father. I had an outstanding offence of driving in Brighton for the motorbike, one of the motorbikes, yes. I had to go. So they bailed me, but they took me all the way to Brighton in the back of a police van. Go up Brighton Magistrate. But Brighton Magistrates let me walk. But the problem was, because the police were taking me, I had no money, I couldn't get back, I had to bunk the train, and all the way back I'm saying to myself, Fish, remain calm. It doesn't matter, let it go, drop it. Like, come on, mate. But what it was, as soon as I got back and I saw his Sierra, you know, I just couldn't. For me, I've seen him cause so much misery and hurt and people. And I just thought, you know what, fuck it, let's do it. So I jumped all over his Sierra. Jumped and smashed the granny out of it. And one of the neighbours, Eileen Ruddy, fair play to you, Eileen, love you. I love the Irish woman. She came down to me and she said, Fish, please, for me, stop. The police are going to come, please stop. So, I stopped her. I mean, everyone in the estate knew me. If there was any trouble in the house, I'd always be there for them. And this time she was there for me. But the next morning, crash how's your father? So I smashed up this Sierra, yeah. But the next morning, sometimes people off their nuts. The next morning, he's parked his banana outside my house. I'm like that, and mate, you must think I'm an absolute CEO. So they got the wig on, got the motorbike out, the big axe, 8:30 in the morning. Kids are going to school, dog walkers are walking the dogs, people are getting on the mad axe man. Chopper, you know the film Chopper. But this one was a black version. Crash! Come on, I'm smashing up his car with the axe. I'm jumping, I'm smashing it, I'm fuming. So I run to my pals. After I smashed the car, I've got to run to my pals. I'm lucky he was nearby and I had to laugh. He said to me, are you coming or going? He could see I was in the state. He see the act. I said, burn this and say, but I don't know, are you coming or going? I said, coming. And I had to think about the game. Morrissey, I love you, baby. I had to think about it. You got to have good people around. So crying. I went back home, and as I'm at home, I went back. The police have come again, yeah? But the problem was, they said to me, oh, right, you're definitely going to get bail now. But the problem was, all the neighbours had come to my defence and said, no, it's not true. He didn't see nothing. He never done it. We was with him. And so the judge, give me bail again. So when I went out this time, as I got back, Matty, Harry's brother's out the window, and the crash, I'm still furious. So I looked at him, I went, all right, mate, how are you? All right, he's still laughing. I go, I'm laughing now. So I goes, how's the car? All right? He went, oh, they're only a bit of metal. I went, yeah, but you had a panic attack though, didn't you? Right, huh? A bit of metal where? We had a panic attack. Oh, dickhead. So anyway, Crash, how's your father? You know what? I was incensed. So I told him, if you're not out of that flat with your wife, your kids, and off this estate in 4 weeks, Crash, I'm getting them. How long do you think it took me? A week and a half, mate. A removal lawyer, surrounded by police. No one couldn't come or enter the estate. You'd have thought it was a terrorist organisation after him. And they moved him off the estate. But then they left Harry, and you know the story about my son Harry. I took him under my wing, and Harry now, he's very well. But what I'm trying to show you here is how to deal with police, how to not turn an arrest into a problem, not make it, don't add more weight to their case than you need to, and that's what I'm saying to you. Try and talk to the police all the time with respect, but as I told you, there are times when police do push you to limits, and I never, one time, I'm outside the flat, I just bought a new motorbike, Fireblade. All the kids were around, we were happy, Sunday, sunshine. And for me, it was good because if the kids are not running around the street causing problems and they're happy, that's what the community wants, that's what we want, that's what I want. So what's the issue? Oh yeah, we're all there. I've got the levers on. I've got the heart. I've got the helmet. Brand new bike. Pucker bike. And crash how's your father? A police car pulled up. So we're in the back streets. No one's called the police. They're just on patrol. They've seen me and a group of lads, and they thought, you know what? I'm going to show these kids that we are king of the streets, all right? So he pulls up, and he says, is that your motorbike? So I look at the motorbike. I look at him, I look at me, I'm in all that, I've got a hump there. No, I've got motorbike boots on. Well, ain't anyone else, is it? Crash. How's your father? Oh, yeah. Well, who else is it? So, yeah, crash, yeah. I said, yeah. He said, if I see you riding that bike one more time with that number plate, like it is, okay, I am going to give you an on the spot £30 fine. Woo! And on the spot £30 fine. You're not. Woo! Yeah, mate, on the spot £30 fine. Oh, yeah, man. So anyway, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, you know, you have to deal with police as they deal with you. So I turned around him and I said, look, I said, one, that is the way I brought the bike, and that is exactly the way the bike will stay. But secondly, and more importantly than that, is I'm doing 99 years indeterminate public protection sentence. Do you really think I care about an on the spot £30 fine? Are you on crack? Are you off your nut? Come on, mate. And I fair play the other officer. He put his head down. He's laughing. And all the kids are laughing. And, you know, and I could see in his face he felt away. But like, there was no need to approach us like that. If you had just approached me decently and respect, I'll approach you back. If you want to bring it on, I'll bring it on. And then 5 minutes later, I saw him and I had a kid on the back and I saw him and I tooted. I went, hi, and they just drove. What I'm saying to you is, look, there are ways to deal and talk with police. Okay? There are ways. Don't think that they caught you. They're wankers or they're arseholes. Mate, the ones in uniform and the foot soldiers, but it's the ones behind them. Yeah? The ones that are, that when you get nicked with 15 kilos of coke, only 2 kilos make it to the court. There are ones I've been in prison with former members of special branch police, yeah, who all got apprehended robbing banks. Look, man, they're in the game. It's their game, their rules, their laws. And just in case you have any misunderstanding of the power that the establishment has, then I need you to look at my friend's case. 3 of them got arrested for pulling off a job in Heathrow. The funds were never discovered. 3 times, 3 times. Listen to me now. I need you to understand. 3 times they got not guilty. So you know what the establishment done? They said, right, we believe that you are somehow, don't know how, all right, you don't know any of the jury members, you're on remand, we don't know how, you're in ACAT prison, but somehow, I think maybe they thought they knew a magician, like Paul Daniels or something, but they said, we don't know how you're doing it, maybe because they weren't doing it, but you just thought they were doing it, how about that? So we are now going to try you without a jury and in front of a judge. And guess what? They were found guilty. So what I'm trying to tell you is, listen, when you want to play with the law, understand the power of what you're playing. Understand the power of the police, the power of the courts, the power of the judge. Understand the power of the judicial system, the power of the establishment, the media, the BBC. Understand it, yeah, mate. You're not women. Huh? That's what they do. And mate, gangster, you think this is gangster? This is mud punter compared to some of the people that they have to catch and apprehend. This is mud punter. Come on, man. Yeah. Understand you. Understand that the police now is CCTV, and also understand the police now are artificial intelligence. So understand, I hate when people go, oh yeah, I've got a phone now, it's encrypted, they can't get into it. Mate, are you on crack? No country in the world, please believe me, please receive me, and please understand what I'm saying to you. Because some people, I just don't understand where they live in. Yeah, no country in the world, please believe me, will allow any source or system of communication in their country that they can't control. Please, come on, mate. Are you mad? And then the people could take power, or then the people could oppose you. Come on, mate. No way. I remember when Encro chat was out. Oh, yeah, I looked at everybody. I told to tell him. Oh, yeah, no, he's only a peanut. He's only a cotton in a jacket. Oh, he's only a, oh, yeah, yeah. They all got nicked. Yeah. Look, I don't talk on the phone. My mates will keep wanting to talk to him. I keep telling him, stop talking to me on the phone. You want to talk to me, talk face to face. I don't talk to people when they're sniffed up and they want to tell me that something's happened. I'm not interested because you know what? You're not thinking straight. You're not talking straight. Yeah, and then when it all goes wrong, you're going to be like, oh, I wonder what happened. you know, you got to understand them police, yeah, when they want you, you can delete every message on your phone. Every message on your phone. And when they suck that phone, every message you deleted will come out. Come on, understand their power. Understand the power of technology. Yeah. You know, if they give you a mobile phone, understand they've been using it for 20, 30 years in the battlefields, you know, in the military. They know everything about it before they give it to you. You know, now, you know, if they want you, they just now go and cell site you using the telephone mast, you know, and you can change your numbers. But remember, they always go to the mast, and then they tell you the mast with the time, mate. And then you go into the shop, then you have to buy a phone, and then you try and judge. Um, you buy a phone so that you think it won't be you, and then you get nicked, and then they go to the shop, and then you're on CCTV at the shop. Listen, there are so many things now that you have to be aware. Mate, if they want you today, please believe, please receive, please take this as a gift like Christmas Eve. Cry! Yeah. Mate, they want you, they want you. They're the masters of the game. And one very good friend of mine, they just had a recent court case. And Crash, how's your father? My friend was getting ready to do the bird in case it went wrong. He was preparing himself in case he got guilty. The other guy thought he was untouchable, thought it would never happen, was carry on life, living life as if he was untouchable. And the police waited 6 years to bring this case to him because they knew that after 6 years, the phone records get deleted. So they knew he wouldn't be able to, in case he had it, and I want to say, but he wouldn't be able to get the proof he needed to show the jury why he was flying to these countries or what he was making the phone calls for. And he was found guilty. And my mate turned around and said to me, nah, they're out of order. They broke the law. And I looked at him, I said, no, never. That's the game. It's their law. They can do what they want with it. It's their law. They made the law. They made the law. They policed the law. It's their law. So if they want to ship and change the law, they can change the law. It's their law to change. Oh, Carol, you gotta laugh at you sometimes. Well, I need you to understand. It's very difficult, and it's annoying when you see people so angry at police. And, what the fuck are you angry at police for? It's their job. It's their job. What is it you want? I'm not telling you every policeman is decent. I'm not telling you they're the best. That everything they do is correct. Listen, I'm not here for that. There are many people that have been hurt, shot by mistake, innocent people. But you know what? I'm afraid when you play certain games, there are certain things that happen. Just like in your life, at work, and at home, things happen that ain't supposed to happen. But hey, that's it. So anyway, I just thought, I just thought today's show should be about how to conduct yourself, when you are approached by police. Just just make sure you're not adding to the fire. Crash. Remember, tap it, smack it, kick it, punch it, lick it, whatever you want to do. But hit the like and subscribe to keep this show alive. Crash. Enjoy.